Today's class is a very important class. Okay. In previous video, we have discussed about vectors for cloning genes in plants and animals. It means which one is used as vector for cloning the genes in plants and animals. That we have discussed. Next, competent host. Competent host also we discussed. Competent host means the host must be ready to accept the foreign DNA or the desired DNA. So there are different methods to make a host competent, and then we have seen how to transfer the gene into the plant cell and animal cell, like microinjection, gene gun method, disarmed pathogen, or using retrovirus. That we have seen. Now we shall see process of recombinant DNA technology. In brief, it is called rDNA technology. It's a very important process in biotechnology or genetic engineering. Okay. It is usually for 5 marks. 5 mark questions. Even 3 mark questions are also there. Okay. Now we shall see the steps of recombinant DNA technology. Recombinant DNA technology involves the following steps. First step, isolation of DNA. Second, cutting or fragmentation of DNA by restriction endonucleases and isolation of desired or alien gene. Third step, amplification of gene of interest using PCR. Then the fourth step, introduction or insertion of desired gene into plasmid to get rDNA. Then insertion or introduction of rDNA into the host cell. Last step, culturing the host cells and obtaining the foreign gene product. These are the steps involved in genetic engineering or rDNA technology. Once again, isolation of DNA, cutting of DNA by restriction endonucleases and isolation of desired gene or alien gene, amplification of gene of interest using PCR, insertion of desired gene into plasmid to get rDNA, insertion of rDNA into the host cell, culturing the host cell and obtaining the foreign gene product. Okay. Now we shall discuss one by one in detail. First, Isolation of DNA. It's a very important step in genetic engineering. See the diagram. You can see the diagram or various steps of genetic engineering. So one side there is foreign gene or foreign DNA is there. Other side vector is there, that is vector DNA, means plasmid is there. Okay. Now in the foreign DNA, so that is the DNA. When you cut with the help of restriction endonucleases, desired gene is obtained. Okay, small pieces of DNAs. Similarly, right side plasmid is treated with same restriction endonuclease that cut the DNA molecule or plasmid. Then both the desired gene and the foreign plasmid mixed together along with the ligase enzyme. Okay, to get rDNA. rDNA. Then the rDNA is transferred to host cell. Then the host cells are multiplied or cloned. From this are the clones, the desired product is obtained. Okay, so that's all the diagram of rDNA technology. Okay, now we shall see the isolation of DNA. It's a very important step. Isolation. We know that the DNA is always present in the chromosomes. The chromosomes are present within the nucleus of the cell. Maybe plant cell or maybe animal cell or even the bacterial cell or fungal cells. So the chromosomes are present within the nucleus. And in case of plants, the cell is protected by the cell wall. The cell wall is made up of cellulose or cellulose chemical. Okay. Then, in case of bacterial cell, the bacterial cell is covered by the bacterial cell wall. Similarly, the fungi or the fungal cells covered by the cell wall. Okay. Now, we shall see one by one how to isolate the DNA. The bacteria, you know the structure of bacteria. The bacteria are unicellular structures protected by the bacterial cell wall. So within the bacterium, the bacterial chromosome is present. How to get this DNA or how to isolate this DNA means the bacterial cells are treated with the enzyme lysozyme. Spelling mistake ಆಗಿದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, ಲೈಸೋಸೋಮ್ ಅಂತ ಆಗಿದೆ. You make it correction, lysozyme. The lysozyme enzyme dissolves the bacterial cell wall or disintegrate the bacterial cell wall. Thus, we get the DNA or the bacterial DNA. Okay. Next, the plants. How to get the DNA from the plants? You know that plants are protected by, or plant cells are protected by cell wall. The cell wall is made up of what is known as cellulose or chemical cellulose. Within this cell wall or inside the cell wall, the nucleus is present. Inside the nucleus, the chromosomes are there. Okay? Chromosomes contain the DNA molecule. So, to get the DNA molecule or to isolate the DNA, the plant cells are treated with the enzyme cellulose. ಇದು ಸ್ಪೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. Cellulase. The enzyme cellulase. It digests the cell wall. Make it correction. Instead of cellulose, cellulase enzyme. It dissolve or disintegrate the cell wall. Okay. Then, if you want to get the DNA from the fungal cell, how to get? The fungal cells are treated with the enzyme chitinase. Why we use chitinase? Because the fungal cell wall is made up of chitin. That's why we make use of chitinase enzyme, or we call sometimes fungal cell wall. So the chitinase enzyme dissolve the fungal cell wall. Then we obtain the DNA molecule. I will repeat this one. Carefully listen. So now we know that bacteria contain DNA. The bacterial cells are made up of cell wall which are treated with lysozyme enzyme which dissolve the cell wall and we get what is known as the DNA molecule. Similarly, in the plant cells are made up of cellulose cell wall. The enzyme cellulase dissolve the cell wall. Similarly, fungal cells are made up of fungal cellulose or chitin. So, with the treatment of the chitinase enzyme, we can get the DNA molecule. To make it brief, we may say like this. To isolate the DNA molecule, the bacterial cell or from the plant cell or from the fungal cell, The cells are treated with appropriate enzyme. Appropriate enzyme means for bacteria, lysozyme. For plant cell, cellulase. For fungal cell, chitinase. Enzymes are used. Okay. Next. The cells, maybe bacterial cell, plant cell or animal cell, not only contain the DNA molecule, other chemicals also present in the cell. Say for example, the cell contains protein, the cell contains lipids, the cell contains carbohydrates, the cell also contains RNA. So like that, the chemicals, other chemicals also present in the cell. How to get the DNA? We must digest the proteins. Then only it is possible to purify the DNA molecule. How to digest the proteins? The proteins are digested by using the enzyme proteases. The enzyme proteases cut the DNA molecule, cut the protein or digest the protein into basic units, amino acids, early. That's. The cell also contains fats. So fats are the lipids. To digest the lipids, the enzyme lipase is used. So it will digest or dissolve the fats into glycerol and the fatty acids. Suppose the cell contains the carbohydrates. It's also treated with the other enzyme called amylase enzyme. Not only the proteins, carbohydrates and lipids are present in the cell, the eukaryotic cell also contains what is known as RNA. The RNA is treated with RNase enzyme. It will digest the RNA molecule. Okay. Thus, we isolate the DNA. So, thus isolated DNA molecule is treated with chilled ethanol. Now, the DNA molecule appear in the form of a thin thread-like structure. You can see the diagram. This process is called spooling. See the diagram? The DNA obtained in the form of a thread-like structure. Okay. So, ನೀವು ಈ ಥರ DNA ಐಸೋಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಲಿದ್ದ. ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರು UP ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸು, ಹೈಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸು, they have separated the DNA molecule. ಬನಾನಾದಿದ್ದ ಮತ್ತು ಟೊಮ್ಯಾಟೊ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ನಿದ್ದ DNA ಹೊರಗೆ ತೆಗೆದಿದ್ರು, ಐಸೋಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದರು. See the diagram, the separation. DNA appears in the form of a thread-like structure. This process we call it as, already told you, spooling. Okay. Next, we have isolated the DNA molecule. Okay. Now we shall pass on to the next step. Cutting of DNA molecule or fragmentation of the DNA molecule. Okay. Now, the DNA is treated with restriction endonuclease enzyme. You already aware of the function of restriction endonuclease enzyme. Thus, isolated DNA molecule treated with restriction endonuclease enzyme. What happens? It cut the DNA molecule into small fragments or small pieces. This is, we call it as, or this step is called cutting of DNA by restriction endonuclease to get the desired gene or the alien gene. So, for example, if we want to introduce an insulin gene, we must separate the insulin gene. If you want to introduce a drought resistant gene, you must identify and separate the drought resistant gene. So, like that, the desired gene we should identify and isolate. Next, the separation of the DNA molecules. You know that the DNAs are separated by a technique, what we call it as gel electrophoresis. So that step or the process or the technique you have already learned in the previous class. Okay. So now, how to purify the DNA molecule means, how to isolate the DNA molecule means by using a technique called gel electrophoresis. Okay. So this is how the fragmentation of DNA is done and the desired gene or the foreign gene is obtained. So this is the second step in rDNA technology. Okay. Suppose you imagine if the available DNA is very little, molecule is very little available. Say for example, sometimes you have studied the DNA fingerprinting. ಕ್ರೈಮ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ, ಮರ್ಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅವನು ಕಲ್ಪ್ರಿಟ್ ಇರ್ತಾನಲ್ಲ, ಮರ್ಡರರು ತುಂಬ ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆಂಟ್ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ, ಅವನು ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬಿಟ್ಟೋಗಿರ್ತಾನೆ, ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಸ್ಟೈನೋ ಹೇರ್ನೋ, ಅವೈಲಬಲ್ DNA ತುಂಬ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ PCR ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್. ನಾನು ಅವಾಗ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ, ಆಂಪ್ಲಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಆಫ್ ಜೀನ್ ಈಸ್ ಡನ್ ಬೈ PCR. I will discuss the technique of PCR later on in detail. So, if the available gene or the foreign gene is multiplied to get number of copies by using PCR, polymerase chain reaction technique. Once again, I will brief it now. The isolated DNA is cut with a restriction endonuclease enzyme and it will make into small pieces of DNA. these pieces of DNA are subjected for gel electrophoresis, and DNA molecules are isolated and they are separated. Suppose available DNA is very little quantity, it is amplified by using PCR technique. Amplified means the desired gene is multiplied. Using polymerase chain reaction, we can produce billions of copies of DNA molecule or the gene within a short span. Okay. So that is the second and the third step of the DNA isolation. Now we got the desired DNA or the foreign DNA. It's also called alien gene or the gene of interest. Now, next step, insertion of desired gene into plasmid to get our DNA. See the diagram now. The desired gene is having sticky ends. The plasmid or the vector is also treated with the same enzyme, restriction endonuclease. It cut the plasmid and produces sticky ends. Now listen carefully. The desired gene with sticky ends, plasmid with sticky ends are treated with the enzyme ligase. What happens? The ligase enzyme, as you know, joins two DNA molecule. That is the desired gene or the alien gene and the plasmid link together and forms what? Recombinant DNA. In brief, we call rDNA. So this technology, the production of rDNA or recombinant DNA, the technology we call recombinant DNA technology. I already discussed the first recombinant DNA produced in Stanford University. Okay. So this is how the recombinant DNA is obtained. ಈಗ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಬೇಕಾಗಿದ್ದಂಥ ಜೀನು ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಮಿಡ್ಡು ಸೇರಿಸಿ ಲಿಗೇಸ್ ಎನ್ಸೈಮನ್ನು ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಆ ಎನ್ಸೈಮ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಲಿಗೇಸ್ನಿಂದ ಎರಡೂ ಡಿಸೈರ್ಡ್ ಜೀನ್ ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಮಿಡ್ಡು ಲಿಂಕ್ ಆಗಿ ರಿಕಾಂಬಿನೆಂಟ್ DNA ಆಗಿದೆ. Look here, there is one word. Sometimes recombinant DNA is called chimera. You know chimera? Chimera ಅಂದರೆ ನಾವು ಮನೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವು ಸರ್ತಿ ದೇವ್ರುಗಳು ಫೋಟೋ ಹಾಕ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ. ಯಾವ ಥರ ಇರ್ತವೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಕೆಲವು ಮನೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ನೋಡಿರಬಹುದು, ಸಿಂಹ ಥರ ಮುಖ, ಹುಲಿ ಥರ ಬಾಡಿ, ಹಾವಿನ ಥರ ಬಾಲ, ಆ ಥರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂದರೆ 3-4 ಅನಿಮಲನ್ನು ಒಂದೇ ಅನಿಮಲಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಿರ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು. ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಶಿಮೆರಾಸ್. ಯಾಕೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, rDNA is called chimera means we may introduce many desired genes, ನಮಗೆ ಯಾವ ಜೀನ್ ಬೇಕೋ ಆ ಜೀನ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಆ ಥರ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಅನಿಮಲನ್ನು ನಾವು ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಶಿಮೇರಾ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ನಾವು ನಮಗೆ ರಾಕ್ಷಸ ಬೇಕಂದರೆ ರಾಕ್ಷಸ ಜೀನ್ ಹಾಕಿದರೆ ರಾಕ್ಷಸನೇ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಆ ಥರ, ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಬೇಕೋ ಆ ಥರ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನಾವು ವಿ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ RDNA. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಐಸೋಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಎರಡನೇ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಂಜೈಮ್ಸ್ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಎಂಡೋನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸಿ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಜೆಲ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಫೋರೆಸಿಸ್ನಿಂದ ಸಪ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ PCR ಟೆಕ್ನಿಂದ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಈಗ ಆ ಜೀನನ್ನು, ಬೇಕಾದ ಜೀನನ್ನು ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಮಿಡ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹಾಕಿದ್ವಿ. ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಮಿಡ್ ಅಂದರೆ ವೆಕ್ಟರು, ಕ್ಲೋನಿಂಗ್ ವೆಹಿಕಲ್ಲು, RDNA ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್, the RDNA must be introduced into the host cell. How to introduce the RDNA into the host cell? Introduction or insertion of RDNA into the host cell. In case of bacteria, you want to introduce the gene into the bacterial cell. RDNA mixed with E. coli host. I discussed E. coli is normally or commonly used as host. RDNA is mixed with E. coli cells and treated with a divalent cation calcium chloride, followed by a brief heat shock up to 42 degrees Celsius, which make this bacterial cell wall porous. Small pores are formed on the bacterial cell wall. Through this pore, the RDNA enters into the bacterial cell. And then the same bacteria are back on ice. RDNA enters into the bacterial cell. This is nothing but transformation. When we discussed the Griffith transformation experiment, ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಏನು, R strain bacterium transformed into S strain bacterium ಅಂತ, because of the DNA molecule. ಯಾವಾಗ ಬೇರೆ DNA ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸೆಲ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೋ ಆ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ನ ನಾವು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಹೌ ದ DNA ಈಸ್ ಇಂಟ್ರಡ್ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಇಂಟು ದಿ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಸೆಲ್. ಸೊ ವಿ ಗೆಟ್ ದ ಹೋಸ್ಟ್ ವಿತ್ ಡಿಸೈರ್ಡ್ ಜೀನ್. So not only this, other methods are also there. Say for example, if you want to inject the gene into the animal cell, the technique, micro injection technique we employ or we make use. If you want to introduce a gene into the plant cell, gene gun method we use. ಜೀನ್ ಗನ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ವಿ ಯೂಸ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಜೀನ್ ಇಂಜೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ಜೀನ್ ಗನ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಆರ್ ಬಯೋಲಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಈಸ್, ಇದು ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ದೆನ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಡಿಸಾರ್ಮ್ಡ್ ರಿಟ್ರೋವೈರಸ್ RDNA ಎಂಟರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಓಕೆ, So other methods are microinjection, gene gun method, and using disarmed retrovirus. The gene or the DNA may be transferred into the host cell. Next, when once the rDNA enters into the host cell, the next step is culturing the host cell and obtaining the desired product or the foreign product. The host cells multiplied or cloned. Okay. Now look here. How to multiply? If you want to produce the product, desired product in little quantity, the host cell with desired gene or foreign gene, we multiplied or cloned. By cloning, we may produce large number of cells. Or if you want to get the product on a large scale means industrial scale. ನಾವು ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಆ್ಯಸಿಡ್ನ ಸಾವಿರಾರು ಲೀಟ್ರ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಎಥನಾಲ್ನ ಸಾವಿರಾರು ಲೀಟ್ರ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ನಾವು the host cell with the desired gene cultured in a bioreactor. In a bioreactor, we culture the host cell on a medium. You later on come to know the bioreactor and the details of bioreactor. ಸೊ ಬಯೋರಿಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಲ್ಸನ್ನು ಬೆಳೆಸ್ತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ದೆನ್ ವಿ ಒಬ್ಟೈನ್ ದಿ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್. ನಮಗೇನಾದ್ರೂ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸನ್ನು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳೆಸ್ತೀವಿ? ಲ್ಯಾಬಲ್ಲೇ ಬೆಳೆಸ್ತೀವಿ. ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಬಯೋರಿಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳೆಸ್ತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬೈ ಬಯೋರಿಯಾಕ್ಟರ್? ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಯೋರಿಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್ ಟು ನೋ ಲೇಟರ್ ಆನ್. ದೆನ್ the cells are multiplied. The host cell with the desired genes are multiplied. Because of this gene, the protein is synthesized from the recombinant cells or recombinant protein manufactured. Okay. So this is how culturing of the host cells and obtaining the desired product is done. ಅಂದರೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿದ್ದರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಅಮೌಂಟು ಡಿಸೈರ್ಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟು ಲ್ಯಾಬಲ್ಲೇ ಬೆಳೆಸ್ತೀವಿ, ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ನಲ್ಲೇ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟೀಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕಂದರೆ ಬಯೋರಿಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾವು ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ನ ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. The product, if you produce, if it is a protein, we call recombinant protein. Okay. So then thus obtained product is subjected for downstream processing, TSP. Then it is purified. Okay. After purification, other tests are conducted, then given to human beings. So that's all about the rDNA technology.